Let's bring in Ian Lee, who is with the Sprott School of Business, a business analyst at Carleton. Ian, good to have you back with us here. Your take on what this means, what it doesn't mean. Are we going to see an 11th hour deal? What do you think?
Todd, unfortunately not. And it's not that I get too emotional about these things. You know, this is part of the churn that goes on in retail. It has been going on forever. You know, businesses start up, businesses close and fail, and it is called churn. I was a banker for quite a few years before I became a professor, lending money to businesses. Nonetheless, I think there's a lot of nostalgia, especially for people of my generation, because our mothers used to, not being gendered or anything, but our mothers used to take us to Hudson's Bay and the Sears to dresses every fall to go to school. So this is truly the end of an era, and it's the oldest company in Canada, bar none. And I just don't see any last-minute reprieve occurring, unfortunately.
You know, I think a lot of Canadians were fans of the Bay, and I mean, you know, I grew up with it, you grew up with it, we all grew up with it, obviously. And, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of us continue to patron it, including myself. But, you know, in recent years, we know the story. You'd go in there and, you know, sometimes it would feel like there was really nobody in there, or the stuff they had, you know, was maybe not as appealing. They may have made some mistakes dealing with a tough retail landscape online and,
Yes.
and whatnot. Other chains seem to be surviving, but others are not here. Was this inevitable, Ian? What do you think?
You know, I've been talking about this for years in my class, my strategy class, about the threat of online. And I'm not one of those people that say that, you know, in another 5 or 10 years, there'll be no retail left. I don't buy that argument. I mean, retail, bricks and mortars, has a competitive advantage that they are within 10 or 15 or 20 minutes from every household in Canada. So they've got the advantage of time. If I, in my head, say, gee whiz, I want something and I need it in the next 10 or 20 minutes, I jump in my car, I go there, I buy it. As fast and efficient as e-commerce has become, and they become extraordinarily efficient. I'm talking, you know, the Amazons, they can't get that gap down to 10 or 15 minutes from the time that idea pops in your head, I want something, to the time you can have it or buy it. So they still have a competitive advantage. But to your question, Todd, I think the department stores, and it's not just Hudson's Bay, a lot of department stores in both Canada and the States are failing because they're too broad, they're too big, they're trying to be everything to everybody. And we know that the name of the game is focus and specialization. So these niche stores, not only online, but niche stores in the shopping centers that are appealing just to one age segment or one type of clothing, I think are continue to have an advantage over these enormous behemoth stores that are trying to sell, you know, everything from soup to nuts to bed sheets to clothing to you name it. And they're not attracting young people. I've noticed this in the last 5 or 10 years. There was very, very few young people going into the Sears and the Hudson's Bay.
Ian, it's great to see you. I appreciate you taking time for us today.